All right, what's up, guys? Anthony here, Special Analysis. Welcome to the video. We're looking at crude oil here. For those of you that don't know, I run a service called Big Energy Profits. Crude oil is what brought me into the market, and I've had really great success navigating this market, both everywhere from position trading, swing trading, day trading, scalping, you name it. Probably still one of my favorite markets to trade. It was evergreen to me. I came up through the retail gasoline business, auto repair, my whole life revolved around some form of petroleum. So it was really kind of a pretty vital part of my upbringing. So I gravitated to this long before I was, even trading. I was just so interested in it. But this is what kind of sucked me in. And I want to talk about something kind of meaningful today. Like we had a pretty aggressive crude rally, but we're kind of squatting here now. Listen, full disclosure, like my members of Big Energy Profits have already entered this market. They've already been told when, where, to consider profit taking and things of that nature. So I'm not divulging anything that somebody else has paid for, but we're just going to basically do a little simplistic analysis that anybody can replicate on any market. Because I do believe that we kind of danced here on a fairly, what I would say kind of important downward trend line, right? I mean, I'm going off this high, both areas where, buyers were rejected, sellers took over. And if you notice, we just tested that, right? And we failed pretty hard at it. Pretty good amount of selling volume there. You can see the selling volume, in fact, has been increasing. So what am I really looking for? What are my expectations here for crude, probably here in the coming weeks? I think continuing to stay below this line right here, vitally important as far as resistance goes. My stupid computer's doing things here. And to push lower from here, I think there's probably a better than not chance if we kind of start walking this line. If we come squatting back through here, I have very specific downside targets in place for them. But, there's a better than not chance that, there's going to be some pretty significant profit taking opportunities if this pulls down as I'm anticipating it to. I mean, this market was trending to the downside beautifully. You can see we took a big drop off, big pullback, and then really we've just kind of made our way with just a few corrections, a little consolidation, really nice drop off here. And then, right middle of December, kind of into where we are right now, the last 2-3 weeks, maybe even 3.5 weeks, just really shitty price action. And guys, this happens. You got to understand this. I don't care if you're trading crude oil, Bitcoin, the NASDAQ, if you're trading individual stocks, it doesn't matter. Forex pairs, currencies, this happens across the board. And you have to know, when this happens, you got to have a plan for it. More often than not, the plan is to stay out of it. Or if you're already in a position like we're in at Big Energy Profits, we literally took profit right here. We covered some shorts right here. I mean, right here. No, I lied. I'm sorry. Not right here. Right here. December 7th. We covered shorts. Right? I mean, I missed the bottom by $1.50. So nobody's perfect, right? But December 7th, we covered shorts from up here. So listen, when the market's trending, there's opportunities. I saw this big move down. I reached out to my members and I said, listen, we have fallen very far, very fast. At some point, we're probably going to pull back. The very next day we did, we consolidated, we fell again. And I was like, well, hopefully we go lower. We'll take more profit. And then we did. Right? Notice that. Notice the big candle here. I want to teach you something about volume. This is really important. Notice the size of this selling volume candle down here. Notice the size of this price bar, right? And then notice the size of the same almost the exact same selling volume bar here. Notice how small this bar is. Not only how small it is, but it actually closed higher than it opened. This tells me there's exhaustion. Right? The sellers got exhausted. Because if the prior bar created just nearly exactly the same volume quantity, this bar should look very similar to that bar. But this bar looks nothing like that bar because this is a sign of exhaustion or climax. You can use several different terms depending on which book you read. But this is a tall tale sign. And then notice the next day, significant buying volume comes in. Why did significant buying volume come in? Because the sellers got exhausted. So, yeah, I was a little early pulling profit, covering shorts. But when you tumble like this for 4 or 5 straight days, like, you're a fool if you don't take some money off the table. And we took that money off the table right here. Thursday, December 7th. And we're still holding the position because we're waiting to see what happens next. But either way, we've already paid ourselves and protected ourselves, which to me, is a valuable approach, in any style of trading. So we'll see what happens. But we just failed here as we came into 75, and we just failed at this very key downward trend line or channel structure. To form a channel structure, just so you have kind of some thought into what that looks like, you would, in this instance, go to the absolute low between these absolute highs, and also notice what I saw when I was like, hey, we should probably take some profit, right? Like, we've respected support, a little shorter support, more support, more support, more support, and now we're at resistance. So pretty important to flow through this area. We, again, have some pretty aggressive downside targets, and if we get them, we're going to bank some serious money. But this is what swing trading in the energy sector kind of looks like. You got to be patient. This is not instant gratification. But when it's done right, guys, I have taken my single largest, 2 of my single over 6-figure trades, trading this market to the downside. Trading crude, swing trading crude, over 6 figures, 2 trades. It's just when it goes, it goes. Like anything, I genuinely have a heartfelt interest in this market because it has provided so much for me. So if you want to learn more about the service, there's some links below. Click and consume the content. Send me any questions you may have. But more importantly, I encourage you to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.